I've been playing a lot of the new Zelda lately, and I gotta say, I've been really enjoying it. I can't put the game down. Keeps me up at night. I can't fucking sleep anymore. My sleep schedule has been fucked up horribly, I tell you. But that's not the point. I'm just here to talk about the game and other things that I wanted to talk about besides Breath of the Wild and other games I'm just kind of excited for besides Tears of the Kingdom. But anyways, regarding Tears of the Kingdom, it's very similar to Breath of the Wild, but it does expand in a few areas. For the most part, the gameplay is pretty much the same. You're going to shrines, to go to the 4 nations, earth, fire, wind, sky, water, ground, electric type, all the Pokemon types. Like, it does feel like its own unique product, but at the same time, it kind of gives off the feeling of Breath of the Wild Remix Deluxe or something, like it's just a remixed version of Breath of the Wild, but at the same time, I still think it's its own thing. Got enough to make it more original, I think. It's got a lot of new features that Breath of the Wild doesn't have. But funny enough, during the first, I think, month of the game's release, I kept referring to the game as Breath of the Wild, just because I was so used to referring to this particular Zelda game as Breath of the Wild that I just kept thinking that Tears of the Kingdom was called Breath of the Wild. And I've only lately been calling it Tears of the Kingdom. Anyway, speaking of Breath of the Wild, did you know there's a cool feature where your horses will transfer from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom? Because I found that out completely by surprise. I did not know that was a feature. Honestly, I wish there were more features like this in the game because those kind of things are really cool. It reminds me of, I think there was some kind of similar feature in Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2 where you could link the two games somehow. I don't particularly remember off the top of my head. It's just a vague memory. Hey there, I just wanted to make a brief editor's note. I wanted to further explain what the hell I'm talking about here. The gameplay feature I'm referencing is a little feature from Pokemon Black and White 2 called the Memory Link. Now, what is it that the Memory Link does? Well, essentially, if you play through the original Pokemon Black and White, this feature allows you to link your progress from that game into the sequel, unlocking new game features. These features include a bunch of new cutscenes, the opportunity to catch some of N's Pokemon that he used during Black and White, and as well as the chance to battle both Bianca and Sharon with their old Pokemon teams. Anyways, the feature is really cool. It's really nostalgic getting to see all my old horses. I had this one named Chombo. He is my favorite horse. He's green, and I really like him. He's my favorite. On the opposite side of the spectrums from horses, we have the new Zonai devices. These things are really cool because you can experiment with them and create a bunch of weird random bullshit, like vehicles or planes or vehicle planes, whatever your mind can create with these. My brain doesn't work like that. I can only create really basic shit like a hot air balloon, a basic functioning hot air balloon. I made a 6-wheeler car the other day. I really like that one. That was cool. It worked really well. I put that in my favorites in my auto build. But yeah, there's a lot of different Zonai devices. They're all fun to mess around with. There are a lot of different types of devices you can use, and it's fun just messing around with them, seeing what you can do, seeing what you can pull off. I really like the rocket too. The rocket is fucking badass, it just gives you a big boost. But with the Zonai devices, the only thing, I guess this relates to the whole new mechanic of building shit, I guess. I like the idea, of building a bunch of shit. The building idea, it's fun to use, it's fun to work with. The only thing I don't really like about the building mechanic is that attaching shit can be kind of tricky. It's kind of difficult to attach everything in the exact way you want it sometimes, especially if you have a controller that has drift. Otherwise, you're pretty much fucking screwed. I think the reason I like this game a lot is because I like games that are packed with content, if I have to play an open world game like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I like exploring worlds that have shit to do in them. So many things to do in this game. There's so many quests, there's so many places to visit, there's so many caves to explore. I love exploring shit, and Tears of the Kingdom just lets me explore this whole little virtual playground. It's just really fun. I really like that. That's probably my favorite part about the game, honestly. It is kind of a little disappointing that you're just kind of exploring Hyrule again, like in Breath of the Wild. Although there are a lot of changes, there is some sort of time skip between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Do I feel like it's worth $70? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten my money's worth and more. I've played so much Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm not even halfway through probably. I don't think so. I've only been doing the main campaign, and I'm a lot of side quests and shit, but I don't think I'm anywhere near close to finishing the game completely. I don't know if I will finish it completely. Some collectibles in the game really don't feel worth it. As I've said before in this video, I really don't think the Korok seeds are a good collectible. There's a point to collecting them, but it's just there's not a point to collecting all of them, I guess. Anyways, another one I didn't really like was the sign guy. It's funny, there was a post on my Instagram feed right now praising the little sign guy. I don't really mind him. He was kind of funny at first, but honestly, when he keeps showing up, I kind of just get annoyed more and more as I see him, because I'm like, oh, I gotta stop and help this guy. And that's just one type type of NPC you can interact with in the game. I feel like one of the game's strengths is that it's really fun to interact with the NPCs. You know, they always have something useful to say, and you know, it's just interesting like watching them because they actually like move around and do shit. From what I've seen, they interact kind of with each other. I don't know. The NPCs in the game are just really cool. I like how they work. They're fun additions. You know, I make it a point to like try to talk to everyone in the game that I find, because you know, they always say something interesting. You know, it could be like a quest, it could be like some kind of useful tip, or I don't know, something random, dude, but it's always just interesting to interact with an NPC. Or they could even be a fucking Yiga clansman and try to fucking kill you. The NPCs I enjoyed the most probably were the ones that were like quest focused. For example, there was this one, I forgot what it was, but it's for the newspaper when you're with the bird guy. I think his name's Penn. You're just finding stories for the paper, basically. Trying to find clues to find Zelda, but you're basically just writing stories for the Lucky Clover Gazette. Reuniting the stable trotters was pretty cool too. I liked doing that. And plus, when you did that, it would also unlock the Great Fairies. Now, the abilities, they're interesting. There's the bird power, which is you get a boost of wind. That's probably one of the best ones. I use that one pretty frequently. The Goron one isn't that great. It's basically an offensive one. Sidon's isn't super great either. I used a lot in the desert though, just for free hydration in the harsh desert climate. And what was the last one? Gerudo Thunder. I don't even remember the lightning sage's name. I think it was Riju or something. Her abilities okay too, I guess. I don't really remember a lot of the abilities from Breath of the Wild. I remember Mipha's Grace. I forgot what that did exactly. I remember Revali's Gale was a good one, just basically that you get height, and that was always pretty useful. I don't remember what the other ones were though. Probably something to do with lightning or fire. I don't know. But anyways, overall, so far I think this game is great. You know, I think it's awesome. I do kind of see why someone would be disappointed, or why someone might be disappointed by this game. Personally, I think it's fantastic. You know, I think it's awesome. I'm having so much fun with it. I'm having so much fun you cannot imagine. How long did we wait between these two games? I think it was 7 years, and we kind of got just like another Breath of the Wild kind of. I mean, it just kind of had the same story. It had the same kind of main quest. You know, it basically just kind of put you back to square one. It's kind of lame, you know, when you think about it. I can imagine if I were to play the games back to back, maybe I would feel a little more disappointed, but I haven't played Breath of the Wild in a long time, so I don't really remember a lot about that game. I'm really enjoying Tears of the Kingdom though so far. I'm not finished with it, but I'll try to finish it before I start playing Pikmin 4. I love Pikmin. I cannot believe Pikmin 4 is actually fucking out. I never thought it would actually happen. I thought that it was just going to be in development hell forever. Maybe it doesn't even exist. No, it's real. It came out. It exists. It's real. It's tangible. I can hold it. Oh my god. I'm just so excited for Pikmin 4, but I'm just got my hands full with Tears of the Kingdom. I want to finish that game before I start another game. I like to finish what I start for the most part, you know. Sometimes I don't finish games. I do want to finish Tears of the Kingdom before I start Pikmin. I don't see why everyone's comparing the two though. I see a lot of people comparing these two games. They're very fundamentally different though, so I don't really think it's fair to compare them. And honestly, I think we should just be excited that there's so much new Nintendo content that is for us to enjoy. We got two good games within the span of a few months. It's just been so long since we got a fucking new Pikmin game. And the last Pikmin game came out literally 10 years ago. Pikmin 3. I really liked Pikmin 3. It was the first Pikmin game I actually played. I don't even remember why I got Pikmin 3. I don't even know if it was mine or my brother's. I had it for some reason. I played it. I really liked it though. It was cool. You know, I didn't really understand that much as a stupid idiot kid, but now I fucking love it. You know, it's awesome. Pikmin 3 is probably my favorite game in the series. Even though I haven't really played 1, played 2. I need to play 1 though. Hoping to get my hands on the Switch ports maybe. I'm kind of waiting for them to become physical. I want the physical editions. Yeah, I'm that kind of guy. I want the physical copies. I like having my games. I like putting them on my shelf. I like collecting games because I like video games. I mean, technically the last Pikmin game wasn't Pikmin 3 that we got. It was Hey Pikmin. You guys remember Hey Pikmin? Oh my god. I remember I got Hey Pikmin like the week it came out or something. I had a lot of fun with this game. I played this game like for a whole weekend. I remember when I got it. I thought it was okay, you know, for what it was. A handheld Pikmin spin-off for the 3DS. I thought it was pretty fun, you know. It was a neat little game. It was kind of interesting seeing how they try to translate Pikmin into a 2D platformer. That's kind of interesting. It's always interesting when established franchises try something new, and that's kind of what they did with Hey Pikmin. It's probably not everyone's cup of tea, but I thought it was alright. I think you should give it a chance if you have the opportunity. I just realized all the Pikmin games are pretty much on the Switch now. Isn't that crazy? You can't really say that for many like video game franchises. I mean, excluding Hey Pikmin, that's not a main series game. I don't think that one counts, but all the main series Pikmin games are on the Nintendo Switch. That's really cool, honestly. We like to see it, you know. Game preservation reservation. Even though I already have Pikmin 3 for the fucking Wii U, I have it both physically and digitally because my disc stopped working. I didn't want to buy Pikmin 3 on the Switch, so I bought it on the Wii U eShop because it was cheaper. But hey, I mean, once I get my hands on Pikmin 4 and then probably Pikmin 1+2 physical editions, all physical, because, you know, I want the physical copies. That's just me. But once I get my hands on those, maybe I'll buy Pikmin 3 for the Switch. Then I can say I have all the Pikmin games on Switch, because why the fuck not, you know? I mean, I think the best part about the Pikmin 3 port for the Switch was that they added multiplayer. Multiplayer looks interesting, you know? It sounds like an interesting concept for a Pikmin game. I know there's actually this really cool Pikmin 2 mod that adds multiplayer into the campaign, and I'd love to try that. I haven't actually had the chance to try that out. Yeah, multiplayer in a Pikmin game sounds really interesting and fun. I don't think multiplayer is really in Pikmin 4, but that's okay. I don't really play Pikmin for the multiplayer anyway. Another fucking banger announcement was that we got Mario Wonder, so that's cool. I mean, God, a new 2D Mario game, finally. Finally a new 2D Mario game, and it looks actually different. It looks like they're actually trying again. No hate to the new Super Mario Bros. Franchise. I love the DS port. You know, that's probably one of the first Mario games I ever played. I love New Super Mario Bros. Wii. That was the first probably Wii game I ever played, besides Wii Sports, of course. But goddamn, some of those games were just dog shit. I mean, New Super Mario Bros. 2, I don't know, I didn't really like New Super Mario Bros. 2. I thought it felt pretty generic. That one didn't really feel like they tried a lot. I hate how they keep reusing the Kooplings. It's just boring. I want to see some new antagonists. I want to see Wario and Waluigi playable and none of this blue Toad, yellow Toad bullshit, or at least the Mario 64 DS crew back. And it seems like they're kind of doing that, you know, with Mario Wonder. And hey, they finally dropped the new from the title. Isn't that crazy? We're no longer in the new Super Mario Bros. Era. God, I'm glad that fucking nightmare is over. One of the highlights for me in this new Mario game has to be the amount of playable characters. I mean, you got your standard Mario, your Luigi, your Toads, your Toads. But in addition, you know, you got Princess Peach. She's playable in this one. Not too often she's playable, but lately she's gotten a lot more playable appearances, and they're giving it to her in this game as well. Yoshi is a playable character. It seems from the trailer he's a playable character. Personally, I'm most excited to play as Red Yoshi. Is my favorite Mario character. Maybe my favorite video game character in general, but another highlight anyways was Daisy. That was really surprising seeing that they put Daisy, of all characters, as a playable character in a 2D Mario game. I never thought the day would come, honestly. But I mean, I guess if Rosalina can do it, I guess Daisy can do it too, but still, I never thought the day would come. Besides the point, you know, I like the new art style for the game. It looks awesome, you know, all the new mechanics they showed off in the trailer look so fun and interesting. I just can't wait to try it out, you know, especially in the multiplayer. See, that's the kind of game I would want to play multiplayer on. But I just gotta say, I'm pretty hyped for the new Mario platformer. No more new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe bullshit ports. I totally forgot. I have a bunch of things written down that I wanted to talk about, but I totally forgot they were remaking Mario RPG. How could I forget that? Mario RPG. I never thought that would happen either. You know, for a long time, it was this fucking lost relic, this old classic that no one could play anymore because it was all stuck on the Super Nintendo. I started up a playthrough recently, and I wanted to try to play the game before I touched the remake. I wanted to try the original and then try out the remake. I'm kind of doing that with Final Fantasy VII as well. I played the OG version first, and now someday I'm gonna play the remake. I keep telling myself that I've had it since it came out, and I just haven't played it yet. I'll probably get around to it, right? I hope. There's so many games I need to play. There's too many games in the world. Fuck. But yeah, gamers eating good. Mario RPG looks awesome. But anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about with this video. You know, I've really been enjoying all the games that have been coming out lately, and there's even a few non-Nintendo games I'm pretty excited for. I mean, Lisa, the Painful Definitive Edition just came out. I'm gonna play the fuck out of that eventually. You know, I got a lot of games in my backlog. There's gonna be another 2D Sonic game. That looks fucking cool. Pretty hyped for that one too. Anyways, as you know, that's really all I really wanted to talk about. I like talking about video games. You know, I'd figure I'd try a different type of video, more of a conversation piece. You know, I like just talking about things I enjoy. Oh, but I got another bonus for you. That is Nintendo related. So recently, I guess the Nectar Juice Bar. I don't know if anyone knows Nectar Juice Bar, but they've been having this promotion where they have new Nintendo flavored ice creams. Like they have Kirby Berry Blast or something, and Mario Kart Cookie Cruiser, and some other Splatoon flavor that I don't really care about because I don't like Splatoon. And the only thing I wanted to mention, I tried the Kirby one and the Mario Kart one. They were pretty good. You know, I gotta say they were pretty good. For vegan ice cream, they were pretty good, you know. I can't believe they didn't take advantage that they have two of the biggest games out right now, fucking Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin 4, and they didn't think to make an ice cream flavor for either of those. That's so fucking lame. I can't believe they didn't do that. Just a big missed opportunity. Whatever. The ice cream was good. I enjoyed it, and that's really all I really have to say to you guys.